Their generation failed. That is why these things are happening. I do personally believe that it is the Kristiyanong kabataan that is the pag-asa ng bayan. If these young people that have the faith, that have the love for God, that is needed para magkaroon ng takot sa Panginoon, para magkaroon ng divine na direction and vision from Him, then those young people will make great and good leaders. Once these young people choose to act in the most hopeful way, then mayroong pag-asa ang bayan. But of course, there's hope. Laging mayroong pag-asa. Isa sa mga pinaka tumatak sa akin na sinabi ni Miss Jessica Soho sa kanyang Global Youth Summit this year, 2025, ay yung sinabi niyang ang ating henerasyon, talking to the Gen Zs, to the children, the young people out there, ang ating henerasyon ay nakikitaan niya ng pag-asa. Sinabi niya doon na baka tayo na ang matagal na hinihintay na pagbabago ng ating bansa, ng ating bayan.
Baka kayo ang matagal nang hinihintay na pagbabago. Nakikitaan ko ang inyong henerasyon ng pag-asa. Baka.
And we all know na 100 plus years ago, Dr. Jose Rizal quoted almost the same thing, na ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. But know guys, that I do personally believe that it is the Kristiyanong kabataan that is the pag-asa ng bayan. Because if we will go back dun sa mga reason or dahilan kung bakit nangyayari yung mga katiwalian, kasakiman, kasamaan sa ating lipunan, sa ating pamahalaan, it's because these people who are leading us, it's because these people that are seated in the positions of our government, they no longer fear God, and they don't have divine direction. They don't have divine vision from God. And if these people, or if these young people that have the faith, that have the love for God, that is needed para magkaroon ng takot sa Panginoon, para magkaroon ng divine na direction and vision from Him, then those young people will be, or will make great and good leaders for our nation. They are indeed the hope of our nation. We are, mga Kristiyanong kabataan, the hope of our nation. Because gaya nga ng pinakapunto or mensahe ni Miss Jessica Soho dun sa kanyang speech, their generation failed. Their generation failed to fight for justice, to fight for a good governance. That is why these things are happening. Pero nagpahayag siya doon ng isang napaka-encouraging na message para sa mga kabataan na sa atin ang pag-asa, sa atin nakasalalay ang kinabukasan ng ating bansa. Because it is us, the young people of these days, that will replace the people that are running our society right now. We are the future leaders, we are the future professionals, we are the future workers of all these different fields and industries and organizations and institutions of our society. It is us who will be the nation's future. Because ito yung pinaka-simple or common sense or logic na explanation kung bakit sinabi ni Dr. Jose Rizal yun na ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. It's because once na these young people mamulat yung kanilang paningin sa kung ano yung tunay na kalagayan ng ating lipunan, kapag namulat sila sa katotohanan, and they do the right decisions to bring themselves into the version na better sa mga tao na nauna sa kanila, sa mga leaders na nauna sa kanila, then mayroong pag-asa yung bayan. Once these young people choose to act in the best and the most appropriate way, in the most hopeful way, magkakaroon ng kaayusan ang bayan. One of the core values of our church's leadership development process is importance of young people, preparing the next generation. And of course, it is made, or it is in the context of the church, in a church context, na importance of young people, bigyan pahalaga ang mga kabataan because they are going to be the future leaders of the church. They are going to be the next generation leaders of the church that will replace the current leaders of the church. That is why they have to be treated or viewed that they are very valuable. But if we will look at it in a much broader sense, if we will look at it in a social context, it is also applicable sa ating lipunan na kung bibigyan lamang ng halaga ang mga kabataan, this is the best way to secure the good, the bright future and next generation of our nation. That is why I personally admire those government officials that are really genuine sa kanilang desire to support the well-being of our youth, to advocate for the children, for the youth, for the sector of education, dahil it is undeniable that once education ay mapahalagahan sa ating lipunan, meron tayong magandang kinabukasan. Before, I always say na wala nang pag-asa ang Pilipinas na maging maunlad, na maging kasing unlad at kasing yaman ng ibang mga bansa. But after diving deeper sa politics, sa society, sa mga usaping ito, sa mga kabagayang ito, sa mga social issues, sa poverty, sa health, sa education, sa agriculture, nasabi ko na mayroon pang pag-asa at dapat mayroon pang pag-asa. Because as long as there are these young people na pwede pa nating turuan, pwede pa nating dalhin sa kamulatan, at pwede pa nating hikayatin na gawin yung mga desisyon na hindi nagawa ng mga nauna sa atin, mayroon tayong pag-asa. This core value ng aming church leadership development na aking nabanggit, it was also explained in a better way by Bishop Oriel Baliano sa isa niyang sermon. He was able to mention there na the Philippine government system is corrupt because we are led by corrupt leaders, we are led by corrupt officials and politicians, but we should be able to create another flow. Those were his words, create another flow. If we can win the souls of our young people today in Christ, teaching them, discipling them into the kind of leadership that fears the Lord, into the kind of leadership that has a vision from God, then they can be the better leaders that our nation has been waiting for. Kapag itong mga kabataang ito ay naakay at nadala natin sa tamang landas, sa murang mga edad na maturuan sila sa kung ano ang tama, sa kung ano ang mabuti, sa kung sino ang Diyos, sa kung paano magkaroon ng vision from God, then these young people in the future ang pwedeng maging better leaders natin.